As of last Saturday, we have vaccinated 3,967 people. So I think that's pretty incredible because that meant that we used out our entire first allotment. So last Thursday, we also got 3,500 doses of a second dose allotment. And I made the decision or the decision was made that we're going to use at least a half of those second dose allotments to begin first doses, and that's why we stood up a clinic on Saturday and we vaccinated 620 people in less than 4 hours. So we are now just short of 4,000 complete vaccinations, first doses done. And we have enough second doses to begin the first half of second dose administration, and hopefully within that 3 week period, we will get another allotment to be able to keep going. But candidly, I don't see that sitting on vaccine for more than 2 weeks, waiting to give second doses, was in the best interest of Auburn. We expect that the general healthy student who is interested in getting a vaccine, you will be in phase 2. And phase 2 is going to be determined by how quickly and how much vaccine we get. If I were, if you had to push me on a date, I'd say probably somewhere along the 3rd week of February or so. I would hope that we have enough of a vaccine allotment to begin vaccinating healthy individual students who have no underlying health risk problems. I'm biased. I believe that vaccination is the quickest way for us to get out of this pandemic that we're in. And the only way we're going to get out of this pandemic is if we get to a point of enough herd immunity, which means that there are less and less people that this virus can infect. Remember, the virus has one mission, and that is to find someone who's uninfected, infect them, multiply, and spread. And so if we can break that cycle, we can break this pandemic. But without enough people having immunity or immune to the virus, you create a large enough group that the virus can continue to propagate. So I'm all for vaccination. Those of you who are thinking about it, put your thought into action and please get vaccinated. So this virus, like all other viruses, have had multiple mutations from day one. What is concerning are these new variants because of where the variants are happening. So right now, there are really 3 and about to be 4, and there will be more variants that will pop up. The one in England, the one in South Africa, the one in Brazil, and there's one in the US that's also being studied. There will be others. The concern is transmittability, death rate, and whether or not the vaccines will be protective. That is all yet to be determined. I saw some data this morning from the BBC that says that the Moderna vaccine appears to be protective against the South African and the UK variant, but we need more information and more data. While we wait for it, we need to continue to do our preventive strategies and get vaccinated. The more people we can get vaccinated before these variants become more prevalent, the better. This is a random process. You're chosen on a weekly basis, and more people are invited than we need, but we are not yet hitting the number that we need for the sentinel testing to be as valid as it needs to be. We need to get it up there. That's student, faculty, and staff. Last week we had just over 400 people show up to be tested. We had 2 positives. We really need to be more than double that number, and the only way this is going to happen is if people take the opportunity and do your part. We're just asking you to show up for less than an hour, actually not even a good half an hour, once a week if you are chosen. And you may get chosen once in this whole semester or twice, who knows. But just please show up. Once you're chosen, whether you've had COVID, whether you've had the vaccine, whether you were previously chosen, whether you were chosen more than once before, once you're invited, that's an invitation. You should get tested, okay? You should get tested. Really, the only reason not to test is if for some reason you are in isolation presently. You're presently in isolation because you actively have been diagnosed with COVID at that point in time that you got the invitation.